Hi guys, so in this little tutorial, I want to show you some techniques. I think two ways of how to make to fake 3D in UMG. Okay, so you make your 2D elements. The goal of this is to make your 2D elements look like they are 3D. As you can see, this is a button. It's not a texture, but the way I've arranged my borders and stuff, it looks like a 3D button. Okay, why would you want to do this? I'm making this video because it's a segue from my Fortnite Festival clone tutorial or playlist. You can check that out. And I've noticed that in Fortnite, what they're using is 2D elements. As you can see, this is 2D. You can see by the reflections here, they are the same throughout. It doesn't matter. Because if there was a light casting here and this would have been like 3D, the reflections wouldn't be exactly the same. Beatstar also does the same thing. So yeah, sometimes it's cheaper for you to use like 2D elements in your 3D game for the performance. Okay, so going back, there's two ways of doing this. The first one, which is the simplest one, is just to use a texture. Okay, so by using a texture, you just add an image and then choose a texture that's rendered in 3D. So you can make your 3D icon and then render it into a 2D picture, come into Unreal Engine and then add the image here and, create the texture, which is fine. But although it's the simplest way of doing things, it's also the less flexible at runtime. I'll show you what I mean with my second method. Okay, this is the first method. So the second method is you create your button completely procedurally and in UMG. Okay, so to fake the 3D buttons, as you can see here, this is just a canvas panel followed by a border, and the image is not a texture, it's a material. Same thing here, this is a material. Okay, if I double click this, it's a material. So the goal here is to create a material that will make your 2D image look like 3D. I'll show you my material from here. Okay, and the point I mentioned about flexibility earlier is that you can change your button at runtime and it will change the way it looks, right? As you can see, I can have like a circular one here, but you can't do that with a texture. It's not going to conform. And also you can change the colors and just change the highlights. But enough of that for now, and I want to show you how to make the material. So go into the material. This is the material parameters, but let's just go to the parent material. So I have this material which highlights 4 spots. Okay, this is how I'm faking the 3D look. As you can see, this is more, there's a white highlight here and then another one here and then there. So this gives it that fake 3D look. Okay, so to do this, I just have this spot highlighter material function, and I'm adding 4 spots to the material. So these 4 spots will be the target of my my material instance, where I'll move. Like for example, you can see that I'm moving. Let me just move this. You can see I can move the highlights wherever I want. So depending on how you want your button to look, you move the highlights left, up, down. So this is how the material function looks. It's just the parameter here going into the radial gradient exponential for the center position. So this controls the position of this first point, which is this one, right? And after this, you can just copy this. After this, I do the same thing here, but I just change the position and then I add these 2. This will add the second point, which is here. Then I do the same thing for the third one and the fourth one. It'll add another spot here. So that's it. That's my material. It has 4 spots, and the 4 spots have parameters that somebody can control from the material instance, like this. So here's the main material. It uses the 4 spots in a lap between 2 colors, like this. So this is the first color, and then here's the lap, and you just plug it in like this, right? That's it. So the most important thing about the second method is that you need something that will highlight the white areas in your material, your button, because these white areas are what makes, like these white gradients are what makes this button or this 2D image look like it's 3D, right? So the goal of me using this is that I'm going to use this as a rhythm actor when I'm recreating my Fortnite rhythm actor. So basically, this is what's going to be flowing down the Note highway. Okay, so if you want to see how all of this works, just watch this playlist of the Fortnite Festival clone, and I will go through recreating Fortnite Festival from scratch, and we'll be using this plugin. Okay.